You ever wonder why we're here? It's one of life's great mysteries, isn't it?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast. I'm Barbara.
I'm Kerry.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Armando playing Baby Peach.
And I'm Barbara. I'm here with some boys who are just playing some video games.
We decided the last second to play Mario Kart, and then Armando said that he's never played Mario Kart before.
Yeah.
What? How? Wait. You've never played
No, I
Mario?
believe
No.
he asked, how do you play?
I've played Mario Kart before,
Yeah.
but never on anything that isn't a oh shoot.
You never
It
played
look-
just
what
like
do you call it?
tiny
a Nintendo
Joy-Cons?
64?
A Nintendo
Yeah.
Switch. It looks like you're
No.
holding a stick of gum
We are, basically.
in Armando's hands.
It's hidden in my hand.
This is
Whoa, they fly now!
this is what they say. Like, this is what it's in the Nintendo commercials. It's just like we're doing something else. I was just like, who wants to play Mario Kart? And now we're doing it. And this is great
This
for
is like
everybody.
a TikTok live. You know, when you're watching a TikTok and they're
Yeah.
like talking about something, but there's a video game being played at the
Yeah,
same
but
time.
the worst part is that the audience cannot see it.
It's
at
just for
all.
us. No, we need the distraction so that we can actually pay attention.
Yeah, they said that we wanted to get more into a classic Rooster Teeth type of podcast.
Yeah, it's a Let's Play, basically, right?
I've had an issue. You know, like
You talk
you're
about
like we're used to like multitasking at all times.
At all
Obviously,
times.
you guys know that.
I'm doing it right now.
But I haven't had a phone for like a week, and so I don't know what to do with myself. Anytime I have like on the toilet, like sitting somewhere, like waiting for I order food and I'm like, what do I do now?
How do you order the
where
food?
do I put my hand?
Do you find that you're more,
More of a person?
what's the word I'm looking for? When you actually get shit done.
Productive?
Productive.
Uh,
Yeah. I was going to say proactive, and I'm like, that's not what I'm looking
Yeah, do you feel like your acne's cleared up?
In some ways, yeah, because I'm like I go to like, oh, let me distract myself, and I go and reach for my phone,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, oh, it's gone.
And then you just touch your pants and you think, well, I guess I'll
I'll
masturbate
I just-
now.
And then you
Yeah, I
realize
just-
you don't have your phone.
slap my thigh in both.
Wait, you're
places.
done? There's so much of this race
Oh,
left.
no. Now we have to end this dumb joke.
Yeah, it was a joke.
So just to clarify why I don't have a phone.
Yeah.
I don't know why. My phone just started last week.
What do you mean you don't know why?
I don't know why. It
Yes,
just
10th place.
last week for no reason it just started turning
12.
off, and it would only turn on for like 3 seconds at a time.
What
before it would-
version of the iPhone did?
It's an iPhone 10 X
Oh.
or X or whatever.
So it's not even that old.
Yeah. No.
Well,
And-
we're on 14 now,
yeah. So it's decently old,
know.
but
I have an 11 that still works perfectly fine.
and so but my problem is I didn't have my phone backed up recently. But it'll turn on for like 3 or 4 seconds.
Okay.
And it's slow, and I got turned on all the backing up and bought the highest like whatever
Cloud storage.
storage thing, and it's slowly backing up.
do you actually know that for sure?
Well, yes. So at least sometimes. Sometimes
said,
it
well,
doesn't work.
first.
Sometimes it doesn't. But I do know that a partial backup was done, and then a lot of like my photos and stuff I got like backed up.
So you were living
I'm like-
living in danger zone already. Because I
Yeah.
mean, you could have just dropped that sucker.
Yeah, I know. I was already living on the edge.
So when did this happen?
Like last Wednesday.
I think everyone would constantly describe you as living on the edge.
Yeah.
You strike me as somebody that's one bad thing away from just like snapping. Not in like
Me
a violent way. In like a, did you hear Chris lives in the forest now?
Dude, I feel like Chris is one of those like movie
is
tropes
surprising.
of like he like steps off a curb the moment something goes flying and like literally just keeps missing death at like the
Yeah.
last second.
I can tell you how true this is because when you said as a joke, did y'all hear Chris lives in the woods now? I went, oh, really? I was waiting for the rest of that story that I hadn't heard
Yeah,
yet.
the ludicrous part
Yeah.
that doesn't make sense.
Or just like the stories of when you were in like New Orleans and you woke up on someone's balcony. Like
No, it was on someone's back. I woke up
in a gutter.
I woke up
on the
in
ground.
somewhere. Oh,
how is that
It's
better?
the opposite of a balcony. It's on the. I'm not gonna fall.
It's true.
No, it
First of
wasn't
all-
the falling. It was you being on a stranger's balcony in America.
the opposite of a balcony clearly is like an attic or something. You're wrong on
Still
that.
on the
and I'll
house
fight
structure.
that.
Yeah.
Basement. Maybe.
You could have been in a basement. That
Yeah.
would have been safer.
I
So
I have a question about the phone though. what is so important about backing it up? Because I've never backed up a phone in my damn
I don't know.
life.
It's just like
You guys seen
pictures. My
Backing up. All right, go ahead.
just I don't know, just a bunch of pictures and I don't know. I don't even know
Well, for the
because
photos,
I can't turn it on for more than 3 seconds to see what I'm missing.
do you not ever do you not use iCloud for?
No, I
He was too worried about his nudes getting leaked.
Well, no, I just was like I've just always backed my stuff up like on a hard drive. And then, like, I'm not gonna pay monthly for.
I'm not gonna pay $2.99 a month for 200 gigabytes. I don't have to think about something.
No, it's I needed 2 terabytes.
I've never been.
How? You don't have 2 terabyte phone.
Yeah.
I have a 250 gig.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah,
Everybody stop. Everybody stop.
Uh-huh.
So you have a 250 gigabyte phone, and to back it up, you needed 2 terabytes.
Well, there's no middle ground between 200 and 2 terabytes.
Maybe
That's
just. I guess.
okay, so it's Steve Jobs' fault. Okay.
Well, everything is.
Yeah, most things are.
I don't even understand. Like, what 250 gigabytes do you fucking
Someone
need?
in chat just said Chris is Millennial Mr. Bean.
I remember that entire week you had to fight a bee in your house. It was only sort of interesting.
Fuck, dude, I've never read something more accurate in the entirety of the show being live, dude.
Yeah. I did get. Well, Carrie's been. I went over to Carrie's house recently.
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, hey, I'm on my way, but I don't have a phone. So if I get
How
lost,
did you
be
tell
on the
him that?
lookout for me.
He slacked me on his computer before he left, and he said he was supposed to get there at 11:30.
Yeah.
30, and he said, "I'll be there at 11:45. If you don't see me, keep an eye out."
What does that mean?
I don't know. You know what it turned into? It was 89 degrees outside. It was humid. I
Yeah.
just opened my garage and stood in the driveway for about 10 to 15 minutes before I just went, fuck them. And I went inside. And then later I saw you pull up.
Yeah.
Have you been to Carrie's place before?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so-
I've been to Carrie's place, a couple
Not,
times, but it
not
hadn't been
recent
recently,
enough that he didn't have his laptop on the second seat with Google Maps up.
and I still got lost twice because one was me looking down at the laptop to check the name and I missed the exit, and then the other time was I was trying to find a street and the street wasn't labeled. All right, that's on you, Kerry.
Yeah, you're right.
Your street should be labeled.
I'll get on my HOA.
If I'm on the way to your house and
Yeah.
I get lost, that's on
Yeah.
you.
The fucking best part was he went to leave, and I said, "You know how to get back, right?" And he just had this like shock look for a minute because he forgot to Google the map back.
Dude,
And I was
find I-35 and
No,
you're good.
and I was like, I just give me to the highway. And
Yeah.
You're
no,
fine.
I didn't.
Oh, no?
No, I was lost for like an hour.
Oh, you're serious? I pointed in the direction. I said, let's go that way.
I thought I was on the right way, and then I was like, no, this is the right way. So I turned
I'm
back.
in San Antonio.
backtracked.
What's going on
I
here?
kept driving around different roads. It took me over an hour to get home.
I did not know this.
Oh,
I ended
my
up. I came
God.
out on like I was on my way to Houston at one point. Oh my God. And I came out. Eventually, I had to pull over on the side of the road where I saw people and be like, "Hey, my phone's dead." I didn't mention it's been dead for several days. And I was like, "Where's the highway?" And they were like, "Oh, well, you go there and you'll come out." And
Is this when you told them how long you've been living in Austin for?
Oh, I didn't tell them that. No,
Yeah.
that was my secret.
This is your secret. It's
And
safe.
because I was, I ended up in like some like kind of like boondocks, kind of backwoods areas.
I ended up sleeping on a porch somewhere in New
I just wanna be-
Orleans.
I wanna clear-
the ground.
Sorry, the gutter.
No,
the
I was
opposite
low on
of
gas
a porch.
too. I was worried.
I don't want to dox myself right now. I just want to say that I live in Austin and I live near
Get him.
3 or 4 major roads or highways.
I avoided all
Get
of them
him.
on my way home.
That's enough
Sorry,
information.
guys.
You can find
You
him
can
now.
do it.
Jesus, dude.
So
That's amazing.
2 things. One, still have not received an answer as to why people are backing their phones up. I don't get it.
I mean, it's just like all my like phones and
I want
mean,
for me,
photos
it's
and videos and
contacts,
contacts.
like having people's contact information.
I cannot tell you how great it is to not have any contacts anymore and just have people slowly trickle in and text you, and then you get to decide if I'm going to save I get to decide if I'm going to save your number again. I get to start fresh.
Yeah,
It's
but
awesome.
there's some people who I don't talk to often enough. Who I'm
And
like,
they're
oh,
dead
I
to
should
me.
message this person.
They're gone. I have the
Oh,
same thing with
you hit
So
a- you
you're
hit a lot
basically
of-
saying everyone needs to make the effort for you,
No.
but you don't need to make the effort for anyone else.
I have a method for cleaning out my apartment when I'm moving, which is that if I found something and go, oh, I didn't know I had this, and
Yeah.
it's been like a year, then my life has not needed this. That's why I throw out all these things like my birth certificate and etc. It's just I
My
find the
sealed
same.
copy of Donkey Kong 64.
Of course, I haven't
know.
used
Is that
it.
worth a lot?
Yeah.
He's gonna run home, get lost, come back here,
Sealed.
print
Oh,
out
yeah,
directions,
sealed.
and then get back to sell that.
I'm gonna blow your mind. I'm gonna look this up real quick.
I know the Mario 64 sealed copy sold for like a ton recently.
Look, you have any sealed N64 game, even Glover, and you're set,
Wow.
dude.
I don't get.
That's a good way of living.
I don't get locking, or I don't get backing up the phone. I don't. And
Well, what
also
about
like
pictures?
pictures. I don't care. I've taken like 3 good pictures and then I just post them on Instagram if I want to go look back at them.
Yeah,
and
I'm
see
so
them
bad
back.
at posting on social media though. Like,
To me, I just like looking at memories. and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I like having those
Memories.
because I also have a shit memory,
yeah,
Really.
and so like being able to look at photos, be like, oh yeah, that was fun. Like thinking,
it's like that. Yeah,
I don't know. I know it's for not everybody has that kind of need.
I think it
It's
would
so
be
rare I can't even find it. By the way,
it would be better if my photos weren't just like I'm trying to look through. It's just shit like this, like a Rasta alien. Like it's just
I have.
it's nothing that makes any kind of sense
Right.
that I
By the way, I found a sealed in box $280.
That's it.
That's
That's
actually
it?
that's not as much as I thought.
yeah. No,
I thought you were gonna say like hundreds of thousands.
I
or
also
something.
thought so too.
you
Yeah,
said
I was
sealed
wrong.
copy of Mario 64. That one
What is
sold.
that?
This is just a saved picture of the TV show Rescue Me.
Maybe
So are
you
you saying we
shouldn't-
could just swipe through your photos live
Yeah,
on
if-
air?
I mean, if
Maybe
you
you shouldn't.
wanted
Why?
to.
Why?
I don't know.
I
There's a
don't-
lot of stuff that there's a picture of the beef Wellington.
I
That's
will
the
say,
most
I'm in-
recent memory I
Yum.
can.
I'm in the middle ground here. I don't back up my phone. My phone automatically backs up my photos, my contacts, and like my notes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I get a new phone and I reinstall all the apps and all that. Like I don't do. This is gonna make me sound like a conspiracy theorist. I think like my 4th iPhone, I finally got somebody to admit at the Apple Store that like restoring your phone slows it down a little bit.
Oh.
Like they finally admitted it, and it was probably just some dude who wanted me to shut up because I was screaming at him like, "Tell me the truth."
Yeah. See. Okay. That's the part that makes you sound
Yeah.
like a conspiracy
Well,
theorist.
Yeah.
I just want to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah. It wasn't
You
the
mean like
theory.
the-
it was the yelling.
The planned obsolescence, essentially.
Yeah, yeah.
that
Yeah, or
iPhones
yeah,
have?
just like it seems like so clunky to like. I'm just gonna copy my old phone to my new phone.
Yeah.
I'll download the apps again.
I guess I also have all my text messages dating back from probably when I like
Dude,
for
you
forever.
would be shocked to know how much data.
Oh,
that
I
is
know.
taking
I know
up.
exactly how much it is.
Yeah,
I went ahead and-
250
It's like
gigabytes.
It's
Literally,
like half
it's
of my
2
data,
terabytes.
but it's really great to be able to be talking to someone and be like, oh wait, I sent them this message. Oh wait,
I can blackmail them now.
no, but it's like being able to be like,
No,
what
it
was that
is-
thing I sent? And then you can go and be like, I know I sent it, and then like and you can pull it out.
That's
know?
I like to go through. I have one of my old phones. That's my second phone that I use. I have my second phone for, as Chris put it. What did you say?
Earlier your second phone, I was like, oh, I'm on a drug dealer. I don't have a second phone.
Yeah. So I have a second phone, and
Subtle.
just kidding.
So anyways,
Unless anyway, I do have a phone, and it's got all my old text messages on it.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is to go through there and just look up like butt. And see like every single person I've tweeted or I've
the
texted butt
butt,
to,
too.
or like it's a lot too.
Yeah.
And some of them,
it should be.
and this is not a brag, but some of them are just the word butt to and from each other.
You've never texted me, but
I'm gonna DM you.
I can
later.
fix that right now,
No,
but
you
it's not
can't,
gonna,
because he doesn't
it's
have
not
a
gonna
phone.
matter.
Can't.
Well, no, I can text you. You just won't get it.
yeah.
You just
Now-
have to assume that you will.
Now, Chris,
eventually.
do you want to tell everybody why you haven't bought a new phone? Because I'm with you on this. And I will back you up.
I hope you back me up quicker than iCloud does.
Hey.
I haven't got a new one yet because
Got
I'm
him.
waiting for my backup to finish before I go in and say I want a new phone to put this backup
Well,
on.
Oh, I thought it was the other reason.
Why don't you just buy a phone? Like, not actually have it set up. Just like buy the actual iPhone from Apple, and then you could sign
Use it.
in to it with your Apple ID.
Well, I want to go in and take my old phone in and see if it can be fixed before I buy a new one
why haven't you done that yet?
because I'm trying to back it up first.
So it's been backing up for a week.
A little bit at a time, Barbara.
I didn't. Okay, the week
don't
thing
think it's gonna
is-
work.
Yeah,
It's
this
working
is-
slowly, Barbara.
I
don't
don't
know,
think
man.
it
I
is.
don't.
It took a while to figure out a system. I
Dude,
think
can't wait. It's like you have like 10% left and it goes backup failed.
I want to see Smash Cut to
I
Chris's
can't,
house.
I
Where
can't turn it on. I'm just. It's kind of a hope thing. I have to like.
So
every
where
once
do
in a
you
while-
where do you see the progress?
I have to
In
get
his
on.
dreams?
I have to get on my laptop and check my iCloud and see what's been backed up.
It's because you
He's
have
just like, oh, there's 2 more
250 gigs of
photos.
text.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, Barbara.
again, Smash Cut to just like. You know how you siphon gas from a car? It's just that setup, but the phone's like upside down. He's like, it's filling up.
I
Look.
just got a second again.
Do you have an iPad?
I have a
This is a yes or no.
laptop.
Okay.
So
Okay.
no.
You just the answer is no. Then I was gonna say you could use your iPad as just like a big phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, mine is the call. Oh no, you could FaceTime, I guess.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
call people.
What? No. What I was gonna say is you're trying to wait. You were trying to wait for the iPhone 15.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Because
Is
it's supposed to have USB-C on
and
it.
I wanted to upgrade my phone recently, but I want USB-C. I don't want this Lightning
See
stuff.
how long you could go then.
And so I was like, I was just waiting for the next upgrade.
Which is what, like September,
Probably
October
this year.
Yeah.
How long do you think you could go without getting a new phone? Like you personally?
I'm pretty tired of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're pretty tired of not having a phone?
Yeah, yeah, and I feel like like people have been like contacting me and been like, "Why are you ignoring me?"
How do you know that?
Because I get all like emails and stuff, or people.
Oh. No. If anyone reached out to me via text and then a couple days later email, you're one
Well-
of the contacts I'm not getting.
Oh,
not-
I
you're
would
not-
be
you're
like,
not
what's
follow-up,
wrong? What do you need?
Well,
that
also,
bad?
like I said, it'll turn on for 3 seconds or so at a time. So occasionally I'll check it and be like, "Oh, is this?" And then I'll read, and then it'll turn off again. So I'll check every once in a
And
while.
you've tried everything, like a hard reset and stuff, which I guess
Yeah,
you shouldn't do
yeah.
if you want your stuff.
Yeah, no, I've tried like a hard power on, power off. Anyway,
Real hard.
yeah.
No, I'm talking about like full phone reset.
No, I haven't like reformatted it yet because I'm trying to back it up first, so I don't lose all my pictures.
This is so funny.
I'm
such
starting.
a millennial Mr. Bean moment.
I'm starting to believe you have something bad saved on it that you want to keep.
Bad, like what?
Like this is like
Codes.
Codes like
to launch
video games or
nukes,
like what?
something like some blackmail evidence
15
that you
years
have.
ago, he downloaded a bunch of GameFAQs websites, and like now he doesn't want to leave them.
There's no picture I have ever taken that I think I would go through this amount of effort.
Well,
to
it's a
get.
bunch. It's like years of photos.
That's what I'm saying.
I just don't. Well, and you might be right, but I don't know.
and it's not. You don't already. You didn't have that set up to go to your iCloud ever.
No, Barbara, I didn't.
Oh, I'm just asking.
That would solve
I'm
a lot of
not-
things,
That would
Barbara.
have been nice if I had.
I'm just.
I'm
saying
regretting
if,
it, Barbara.
If you're a person who wants to back up your stuff and keep the
Yeah,
photos
I
you've
know.
been taking over years, it's probably
Would it
a good
help
idea.
here? What if we did this? What if you brought your phone and I hit it with a hammer? That way, it's just
You
gone.
don't have to do anything.
You don't have to stress about it anymore.
I mean,
Why haven't you gotten like a burner phone yet?
I don't know. I thought it wouldn't take. I didn't think it would take this long.
Yeah.
How long did you think it would take? Because you said you were willing to wait till the next iPhone came
No,
out.
well, that was whenever I had a working phone.
We just had a shitty phone.
Yeah, I just had a shitty phone. And I was like, I'm going to wait till the next one. Now I'm at this point where I'm like, well, I thought it was going over the weekend. And I didn't want to touch it because I thought it was like going. And then when I checked it, it hadn't gone.
This is mind blowing to me.
What if this is actually Chris's ploy to just not have to talk to any of us or do work?
I think Chris
And
can
he
get
actually
away
likes
with
not having it.
not talking to us and not doing any work without this.
That's true.
They're having some nice things. So I'm like, well,
Okay.
I can't. No one can contact me, so it doesn't matter what I do.
Yeah, well, Blaine and I filmed that documentary a few years ago where he and I didn't
Oh,
have
yeah.
any technology for a week, and it's freeing. In
Yeah,
a sense,
there's something kind of freeing about it,
For a
except for when
week.
I get lost.
for a week.
Yeah.
In which
Yeah.
case, I guess it's freeing because I go wherever I want.
Also,
But I'm lost.
I don't really blame you for getting lost. I've been here for a week now. Is how long I've been in
Yeah,
Austin.
a little more.
It sucks.
Just as
dude.
long as Chris is
driving here is a fucking nightmare. I can be driving on the freeway and the freeway does this, and then half of it goes up.
Go up.
And you're like,
Yeah, there's a
what's the
split.
difference? And they go, oh.
There's
Yeah.
some exits off one.
Yeah.
some that
And then
are
you
not.
have to there's a fucking a road that goes next to the freeway, but It's not the freeway, but it's almost like
access
you're
roads.
racing next to the freeway to be like, haha, fuck you, asshole.
You can do. There's just one spot where you can
Get off.
Get
Get
off.
on. Without
floor it and get back on.
Yeah.
and you'll beat traffic.
You also
couple
have
spots actually.
Cute.
I learned that
so
from you, I
many
think. You were emotional.
roundabouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was probably me. I think it was me.
There
yeah.
needs to be more roundabouts, in my opinion.
I agree with roundabouts. I think that they're awesome. What you don't have is anyone who knows how to drive with a
Yeah,
roundabout.
no.
we don't have
yeah.
roundabout education here.
No.
Well, the problem with Austin, I've said
They
this
just
a
did
lot,
them.
We just don't have education.
is
here.
we don't in Austin. Nobody here is from Austin, so you have all types of drivers here. Like in New York, you got New York drivers. You know what you're getting. In LA, you have LA drivers. In Austin, you have everything. You have Texan drivers. You have LA drivers.
You have a lot of LA drivers.
A lot of LA drivers. But like no one has the same consistency in knowledge and driving style here.
Yeah.
So it's just like some people are going mind-bogglingly slow.
I didn't
Some people are driving with a laptop
Yeah, for
for direct, referencing it for
just
directions.
get a printer and print out the maps.
Yeah, like
Map
people
quest it.
used to.
I know, but I don't have a printer.
Get one.
I don't.
We have
I'm gonna get a
printers
new phone
here.
before I get a new printer.
We have printers here.
Yeah, so I drive to work.
Which you know how to do.
which you
I
hopefully
can
know.
do that. So I have to drive to work every time I want to drive somewhere else.
Or you get a phone. Those are your options.
Also, hopefully this doesn't last much longer.
Yes.
Well,
Hopefully these aren't
let's-
plans you need to make.
I'm going to give you
update
my
next week.
second phone, which is, again, full of all the times I texted butt and like 2 gigabytes of porn.
Well, you know what? Hey everyone, we wanted to take a moment to remind you that RTX 2023 is happening this July 7th through July 9th. RTX is our favorite time of the year where we get to interact with all of the amazing people that give us the opportunity to make content. That's you guys. It's a celebration of all things Rooster Teeth with panels and special guests, community, artists, cosplay, and so much more. There will be exclusive reveals, meet and greets with Rooster Teeth talent, and special merch available only during the event. We are changing up how we're doing the convention, how it feels this year. It's going to be a little different with plenty of interactions and amazing events on the show floor. Imagine a mini Epcot-style convention show floor with different attractions and activations from your favorite Rooster Teeth brands, all wrapped up in a summer camp theme. RTX is the summer camp for indoor kids with activities like Face Jam's Rat and Grackle Pub, a Red Web escape room, which is very fun, by the way. I tested it out. A Fuckface museum, Achievement Hunter mini golf, and even more cool stuff to do that we're saving for attendees to experience in person. Are you excited yet? I know I am.
Me too.
It's too. We can't wait to see you guys at RTX this summer. So head on over to rtxaustin.com to get your badges right now and also to get more information about the event. And we hope to see you there. Right, Armando?
I'll see you everywhere.
I don't like that. Speaking of phones and Austin,
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
use your phone right now to go to rtxaustin.com
that's a goo.
to get your badges for RTX this summer, July 7th to 9th.
Woo!
It's going to be fucking rad.
And that includes the 8th, just to be clear.
It does include, yes,
Yeah.
through those dates.
Yeah.
Is RTX. There's a lot of cool shit this year, y'all.
There is. There's the Rat and the Grackle.
Rat
right?
and Grackle Pub,
There's
Red Web
I don't know
Escape
what
Room.
that is.
There's
What is the Rat and
the-
Grackle
just
pub?
make things up.
It's a Face Jam. They're having a little pub area
Yeah.
on the show floor.
there's the Fuckface Museum.
Mm-hmm.
There's the
The Face Fuck Museum.
there's the Achievement Hunter Flood Experience,
That's a
the
different
new water ride.
museum.
They're actually, and also we have a
in the
poster, by the
bathroom, it's in
way,
one of the
Oh yeah,
stalls.
that we're going to be selling. I think there's clouds
those are cool. I've
covering
seen-
some of the
yeah.
things we haven't announced yet.
Yeah.
So the poster's going to have less clouds on it.
That's a fun way to do it.
But this
Oh,
is going to
yeah.
be fully
the
for
fog of
sale
war.
at the event, along with a ton of other exclusive merch and all these types of experiences on the show floor. Where it's going to be like not any other RTX we've had before.
yeah.
Which I'm really excited about because, it's nice to change things up.
One of the things that I thought was really interesting is that we have been that I've been making jokes about, but I do mean that I think it's awesome is that they have like experiences that are themed after, like they have Red Web, which is like true crime mystery solving. They have an escape room,
Which is a very good escape room, by the way.
you tried it.
Oh, have you done
I
it?
did a play test of
You
it.
did
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. It's actually, so the Red Web
I assume you
escape room.
texted me to invite me, and I didn't get it.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. No,
yeah.
it was just me, Fredo, and Trevor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was just, and I filmed them doing it, so
okay.
and helped. But it's actually like the convention center, if you literally go out the doors and across the street, it's right there.
Wow.
So it's an actual escape room.
I've been there before.
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah. That place is great.
It's going to be like all red web themed.
That's really
based off everything happening.
And I heard too that if you don't figure it out, you can't leave.
Yeah. You're not
That's
allowed.
really cool.
You actually have to stay in Austin.
That's like a really cool.
That's how they got me here.
Yeah.
And
I
if you
couldn't
die
pass
in
it.
the game, you die in real life.
real life.
I need you to. This is really important. If you see Chris at RTX, I do need you to ask him how his phone's doing.
Yeah, and then when he takes it out, I need you to fucking spike it on the ground.
Please don't do that.
I didn't say the second part. I endorse it, but I didn't say it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of other stuff. There's the Face Jam is hosting their own like eating pub area, which I think is super rad.
Yeah, they're gonna. I don't know if I'm allowed to say. They're gonna have some free stuff there.
Ooh, some
Yeah.
free ice.
Stuff we all get.
Some free beer.
Whoa!
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
Whoa,
but I
dude!
did.
This
She
is
said
what,
it.
This is what happened with sponsor name redacted at the last RTX.
Yeah.
That had. I found out that they give out free beer, and then every moment I wasn't actively on a panel, I was fucking slammed
I found that there was beer the last day.
Well,
Yeah.
now you know even before.
I know.
Yeah,
I was
let's
only
go.
here one day last time, so now I'm gonna drink beers every day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
look under here.
We're also going to have Dungeons and Daddies is coming.
Mhm.
Yeah.
podcast.
And we're working on some potentially cool stuff with them
Yeah.
during the
Stinky
show
Dragon.
with Stinky Dragon. And then, of course, this is no surprise. It hasn't been announced yet, but we're doing a live episode of Always Open. And Mariel will be there to join us.
And you invited Chris, but he hasn't seen
Again,
the invite.
yeah, I
Again.
assume I have gotten the text.
It'll be there.
I actually
yeah.
sent
Or I
you
have gotten the
multiple
text, I
invites.
just- yeah.
I will say
Actually,
that
the invite expired at this point. Sorry, Chris.
I am.
No.
I do have a bone to pick with Wes right now because he hasn't been approving any of the experiences that I pitched.
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
Yeah, like
okay.
the
Yeah.
Achievement
How
Hunter
dare
Great
he.
Flood Ride, which is where you hand over all of your most valuable
like it.
possessions, and then we sink them in
I
water.
like it.
There's the Funhouse experience, which is where we send you to a different location really far away,
Yeah.
and then don't really tell you much, and expect you to help with the red waves. Yeah, there's Kind of Funny, which is an experience we had years ago.
What's the-
That's how you experience that one. It's,
What's the Squad Team Force experience?
we tell you you're not allowed to be funny anymore.
And then you have to do a TikTok dance.
Every single morning. I don't
I
remember.
just wanted to make content.
That's pretty good, actually.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You hurt my arm a little bit.
I was going to joke
injured.
about it, but we actually are having an All Good No Worries thing on the show floor, too.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Trying to make it kind of like a little summer camp area.
Jokes
little
aside,
clubhouse.
I don't think I've ever been. Look, there it is.
Oh, look at that.
That's exactly what it'll look like.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be that small, too.
Yeah.
Come on in.
That
I don't.
many.
I don't think I've ever been this excited for like a convention before ever.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that was going on. We, all four of us, were sort of privy to something that we can now talk about, which I think is awesome, is Batsquatch.
Oh, yeah.
Batsquatch, which I love, and I don't...
Chris does not know how Batsquatch is based off the wide eyes he gave Kerry.
Okay.
And I don't think Kerry knows either.
So there was
Yeah, we're all privy to it.
Yeah.
there was a video that came out of me touring around Austin and seeing all the cool things to
Yeah.
do, and I was followed by a creature known as the Batsquatch.
Which you
And
only found out about after the fact, right?
exactly, a wink. And I think
Why'd you say that?
one of the funniest parts of Batsquatch that people don't know is the impetus for Batsquatch, which is that we were all in a meeting where we were talking about this, and we're all throwing out ideas. It's also a long meeting. It's been a long day, and then somebody goes, and now we got this next idea, and like I know it's gonna be whatever, but. So we made up a character named Batsquatch, and then they slide to the coolest fucking thing. It's basically like a bodysuit of Sasquatch, the head of a bat, these big terrifying
Giant
wings.
That
yeah.
sounds really
Giant and then like a bandana around to make it cute and
Yeah, because
funny.
it's summer camp.
Everyone in that meeting had their own individual idea for Batsquatch content.
That's how you
and
know.
They're letting us basically do whatever we want with the character.
You might even see Batsquatch at RTX.
I hope you do.
roaming around.
I hope that it's
Does he
air
roam or
conditioned.
fly?
And also, like, who knows who's in the suit?
No one.
It could be no one, because it's not a suit. It's Batsquatch.
Oh, I meant no one. No, exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, shit. Fuck.
I meant no one could know, but I like where your brain went.
I think Chris right now is wondering if he's Batsquatch.
He might be.
You might be.
And he actually just doesn't know.
I'm just imagining the opening to like an Always Sunny episode where it's Chris's Batsquatch.
I absolutely love this, and I just I don't know. We've seen, I think, Batsquatch in a couple of different of the promos that we've done.
Yeah.
What's really interesting is the two that I've noticed are like the one that I did, which is very funny, and then the one that Red Web did, which is very terrifying.
On brand.
Yeah, so you can really get to see like this character does different things. And also my favorite part of the promo that we do, which you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's on all of Rooster Teeth's socials and at RTX
Instagram,
events.
Twitter, etc.
I'll have to go check this out.
My favorite part is we went down to Capitol Hill. We initially wanted to go to the convention center, but I was like, it's a building. The stuff that's interesting is on the inside.
Right.
The outside is just a building.
Right.
Also, the stuff that's interesting isn't there yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
It would just be a big empty room.
Well, we don't know what convention was there that
Yeah.
weekend.
It was like
It
the
could have been
national
some surgeons convention.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was something stupid.
So instead, you went to Greg Abbott's house.
Did they
So
go to
instead, we
live
went to
surgeon?
Capitol Hill.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And we decided that we would go out there, and they're like, well, what would we actually like? What would we make? Or like, what's the bit? And I was like, well, we have a clipboard. Why don't we send Batsquatch out there and like trying to get signatures?
But
and
he
then
only screeches, right?
he only screeches. He only goes.
Clicks.
And then a real senator walked up to our Batsquatch actor, and the person
You
in
mean
the
Batsquatch?
Batsquatch suit, yes, to Batsquatch.
To Batsquatch.
Walked up to Batsquatch, and the voice of Batsquatch in English was trying to explain, like, hey, we're filming this promo video, blah, 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 blah. And the senator's just like, I don't care, I'm in. And then signed
Oh, wow.
the paperwork, which was a video release form, so that we could use the footage that we had just filmed of this person.
That's so great.
Did you find the one good Texas senator?
Apparently.
Yeah.
And they're part of the Batsquatch trend now.
And is it in the video?
It is.
That's awesome.
It's included, yeah.
That's
that
amazing.
made it into the thing, and it was great because we were filming it. It was happening behind me. I start to walk away, and I hear Wes go, Armando, look. Almost like it's like, oh, sweetheart, look over there. And we turn around and we see our little Batsquatch getting a real signature from an American politician.
Dude, the fact that he was like, I don't care, I'm in.
Yeah.
Hey, come to RTX this summer.
Yeah.
Just wear a costume and go up to a Texas senator. And ask him to
Exactly.
sign something.
Yeah.
See what you could get.
RTX, it's backed by the Senate.
Yeah. It's official now.
We're a government-sanctioned organization now.
The second you said that you were out doing something in public, Chris was like, "What? We're like social
Without
engineering."
him. Yeah.
I keep
I'm
fighting
in.
to bring back the social disorder.
With Armando.
Yeah, with
Ooh.
me, but
That'd be sick.
also with Chris.
Yeah.
I think that you and I have a very similar sense of a need to create chaos, but in different directions.
Yeah, I think y'all have different boundaries, which is what's important.
Can
Yeah,
I also ask you a favor?
Yes.
If you guys do end up bringing back social disorder, please be careful.
What is
Texas is a different place it was
That is true.
than a few years ago.
Yeah.
And if you mess with people, I'm care about your safety.
You think someone's
Yeah.
going to shoot me, Barbara?
No,
Someone
they're
got
gonna
fucking
shoot
shot by
me.
going down a wrong driveway and ringing the wrong doorbell.
Yeah.
Like, yes, please be careful.
Okay,
This
they might
state
shoot
is
Armando.
fucked
They'll
up.
definitely shoot me. I'm such a bigger target, and also you're gonna hide behind me. I know you.
He did tell me that.
Yeah,
actually.
I would
Yeah.
do it too.
Well, y'all just have to be strapped up too. It's fine.
Yeah, that is true. We should go buy a gun.
No, I don't want a gun.
Well, then you buy it.
I know
for
it's
me.
easy, but I don't want one.
No, come on. Guns are
I don't
cool.
want one.
Jesus Christ.
They
I'm
kill
changing
people.
the subject immediately.
Okay, fine. Yeah,
Fine. Tasers. Okay.
You were saying about social disorder?
I think it's a great show, and
Yeah.
the part that makes me curious is I feel like we sort of inhabit different realms of chaotic energy, whereas like yours is very boyish and fun and lighthearted, and mine is like very evil and feels like it's going to scam you out of money. I feel like you mix those two together and it creates like a chaos tornado where it's like the
Yeah.
hot air and cold air fuck with each other and then make something somehow more destructive than you ever thought humanly possible.
Hell yeah.
I feel like between the two of you, you could get almost anyone to trust one of you at least.
Yeah, 100%.
I
You
think
know?
both of you are very trustworthy.
Yeah,
people.
yeah. But I'm just saying, like, in extreme situations, right? Like,
Yeah.
someone will find one of them trustworthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
feel
maybe
like,
the other not trustworthy.
Armando, you'd
which is
be a
better.
really good like con man, and I'd be a really good inadvertent con man.
Yes.
Like you would con me into conning other people.
Yeah.
Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
It would
Yeah.
really be like you're on the show constantly, and he's the one host, and he's just working through you.
The real twist at the end of the season is I go, so Chris, I wanted to see how far I could push him.
Yeah.
And he's
You're just doing little things the whole season just to con him. That's amazing.
There's only one episode, and in it we find out we filmed 9 episodes before this, but I actually told them not to film anything. Now today's episode is me telling Chris that
It's like
There's
it's like the
no
rehearsal.
footage.
there's no footage.
You've seen the
Oh,
rehearsal.
that
right?
sounds like
Yeah.
a nightmare, Kerry.
I know. That's what I see the real fear in
That
your
is
face
like
right now.
terrifying. I've done that. Have you ever filming an entire thing and then finding out that you lost all the footage?
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's happened to me once, but it was just like an episode of something. It wasn't like a whole series of things.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a whole series. Did I ever?
We've lost work before.
There's a thing we filmed in college with Richard Dreyfuss.
Oh no, that you lost?
Yeah.
Fuck.
And again, it wasn't anything great, but we kind of like, if I told this story, I don't know. We chased Richard Dreyfuss down. I don't remember.
In what
I had to,
context?
like he was
Like,
speaking
against
at
his
UT.
will?
No, he was speaking at UT, and then we tried to interview him, but he left to go to another thing at UT, so we went to that thing, and we were like, hey, we're here again, and then he talked with us, and we ended up talking with us, and having a conversation
And then you
with
go,
us.
okay, thank you. And then he goes, I never clicked record.
It was kind of like that, but then it got recorded over with, and then so we never.
You're
the footage
recording on
got-
tape.
And I couldn't remember exactly what happened. All I remember is that I remember him yelling at us through his cars, him being like
that one line added
it was
so
something
much content.
What the fuck?
I admire your gumption or something like that, or he was just like
Now, the chat's ablaze right now because we can all. I know we all know who Richard Dreyfuss is, but who's Richard Dreyfuss?
Richard Dreyfuss. He was in
Just for those
he
who
was
don't
in
know.
Jaws.
Was he the shark?
No, he was in Jaws. He was also in Mr. Holland's Opus.
Okay.
He's a famous actor.
Oh,
from,
that
the-
guy. Okay.
Like the 90s.
I mean, yeah, of course, that guy.
80s.
Yeah.
It's okay. I couldn't place it there for some
I
reason.
forgot. I might have told this story before. Might have told it wrong. I actually had to my buddy Zach Anner. I had be like, hey, what was the deal with Richard Dreyfuss? I don't remember that story, and he refreshed my memory recently.
Okay.
You also had a run-in with Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, not me so much. That was more
Was that-
okay.
or
well,
was
I
that
was
Aaron?
Yeah, it was both of us, but I didn't actually cause it. I just got the secondhand embarrassment of it. Did I ever tell you this story?
No.
So Richard Dreyfuss. Sorry,
Matthew McConaughey.
They get mixed up all the time.
So this was something in college. Matthew McConaughey was doing some sort of thing with the school, 'cause
He's
he's
a
a
very big
professor. He's a
Austin
professor now,
guy.
but this was a kind of a precursor from that, back
And
in
he's
2008
from
or 9.
Austin.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, and he went to UT.
Having only seen Dazed and Confused, I feel like he does a lot of stuff with schools normally.
See, what they gave him the degree after he did Interstellar because he looked really smart in that.
yeah,
So then
yeah,
they're
yeah,
like,
God, that movie's so good.
it is a very good movie. You should watch Interstellar.
And so he was doing something at the school for the movie Surfer, Dude.
That's
a movie-
not Interstellar.
Yeah.
This is when
this
they
is a
were in
while ago.
college, I think, right?
Yeah, we were in college,
So,
and there was some sort of
19
little it was a class thing, but you didn't actually get credit for it. You just did it if you wanted to do it. I was like, oh, cool, education. And then after we watched the movie,
I
we
dropped out
read
of
the
college,
script,
Armando.
and then had a little watched a Q&A session with the writer director and Matthew McConaughey. And at some during the thing,
Q&A.
this Matthew McConaughey was like, "Oh, it's good to get my hands in and the creative."
I like how Chris just busted out a fantastic.
That was
Matthew McConaughey.
really good.
Get into the my hands in the clay and help sculpt the movie. Make something of my own. And then
So good.
and he was talking about that, and then because this was after he'd done mostly studio movies.
Yeah.
And then and Aaron
I remember
Marquis-
what Aaron said.
Aaron Marquis, who I did social disorder with, that I was sitting next to him, and we had a similar, both like white guys, dark hair. We're sitting next to each other, and he raised his hand during the Q&A and was like, "Hey, Matthew, this question, like you mentioned getting your hands dirty in the clay. At any point when you were making this movie, you're like setting out, you're doing this like Statue of David sculpture. Did you realize you kind of made like a shitty ashtray for your mom?" And I was just like, "Oh my God." And I was just like, how, like, bending my body away from, like,
Making sure that people don't think you're cousins.
Yeah.
Or...
Like if you were Aaron, I was like this to the person. I was just like I was hugging the person on the opposite side.
fucked up.
and it just got real quiet.
Yeah.
What was his answer?
Well, there's a
like,
long beat of silence, and it was just like, well, I thought it was pretty good.
You didn't think it was all right?
he didn't say that.
who?
But
That's how you say
This
that.
reminds me of the guy who came to see that Evil Dead movie at
Oh.
South by.
Oh, I
and
saw
was
that
just like,
clip.
the movie sucks.
Yeah.
Movie fucking
And
sucks.
it's like, don't do
to be
like.
to be fair, Christopher Dud movie.
Oh, I'm
wasn't
sure
great.
it was
Wasn't great.
awful,
It
but
wasn't
also
great.
like
People don't even hear that to their face.
save your
Yeah,
opinions for
but like,
Twitter
you
or
don't have to like
you
just.
talking about Warner Brothers Evil Dead?
Oh no, Evil
Rise?
Dead was
Well,
fantastic.
that was the thing, is that movie is actually fine.
We're talking about
like, that was
Surfer,
actually,
comma the whatever it
Oh.
was.
Surfer, comma, dude.
Surfer, comma
yeah.
dude.
Surfer
that
Comedy.
was
That
actually
being a
like
piece of
yeah.
shit.
even though it was actually
Like saying like rightfully so, the movie was shitty. So like he
But
wasn't wrong for the opinion, but to tell it to the person's face,
to
maybe,
the people who made it, like it's
maybe-
not
maybe
really.
not.
Yeah, it's kind of
No,
just like
I get what's going on. I just wanted to make clear that the four of us are huge fan of Warner,
Warner
Brothers.
Brothers.
Evil Dead Rise in theaters April 21st.
26th. Like, or no, it was the
21st.
Oh wow.
No,
that's good memory.
I had to re-record a TikTok.
We love it.
No, that movie was.
But
legit
actually,
fun.
that movie
do.
was fun.
Yeah,
I
I enjoyed
genuinely
it a
say.
lot.
Did you guys see Guardians this weekend?
No.
Oh, wow.
I didn't even know it came out. Barbara, I don't have a phone.
That's true. Honestly, I was gonna give you shit for it, but honestly, I don't think I would know about any
You
of
have a
it.
much stuff
laptop. You're not Amish.
So
Yeah,
much
they-
stuff happened this weekend, and I had no clue.
Bitch, a newspaper. You still
How am
have,
I gonna go buy a newspaper?
you have a laptop.
You also have a laptop, so you could be on the.
You
internet.
can you can
I know,
text
but
from your laptop.
Yeah, but I'm not like getting news in the bed on my laptop.
You could. It
You
fits on your lap.
absolutely could.
That's what I get. No, I don't want to have a laptop in bed. I'm gonna end up falling asleep and knocking it over and breaking it.
Okay.
Do you sit in bed and immediately fall asleep?
That seems
Well-
like something
No,
you would do.
no,
actually.
I don't, Barbara. That's why.
I do.
Chris is feisty today.
I do. I do.
This is what
that.
this is what
I love
happens
it.
when you don't have a phone for.
Yeah,
a
I-
reason.
That's true. You're
yeah.
irritable.
I just don't sleep.
The other day, I ate at a place called Antipasta. Shouts out to Hot Hands Hawkins, who for the great recommendation.
Hell yeah.
I ordered way too much pasta. I fucking devoured all of it, and then I went, Mondo gotta lay down for a second. And I laid down at 5 p.m. and went, I'm just gonna take a little, and then woke up at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, dude, that's the fucking best.
Just lost my entire night
Yes.
on
It's the best, but the worst.
a Saturday, by the
Oh,
way.
and then
Yeah.
you wake up and you're like,
always.
what am I gonna do now?
You
So I
always
went back
wake
to
up
sleep.
incredibly
You went back to
thirsty.
sleep?
Yes, and
Incredibly
sweaty
thirsty.
and uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
not a good sleep.
No.
It's a sleep where it's the sleep where you wake up like you come back into the
And you
world.
probably have drooled.
Yeah, it's like
I
it's like
always-
it's like
I
as
drool.
if you'd like
Is there a way to not
died
drool?
Yes.
and you wake
think
up
so.
being
Yeah.
brought. It's that scene in the movie where it's like it's not your time yet, and then you,
I have made this comparison before on different shows, but like I know that I'm out of shape because sometimes I wake up like a character who just regained consciousness on an island.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Yeah. It's the wake up where it's like, and then the camera zooms
Yeah.
out and reveals that I'm not where I should
I'm
be.
alive.
Yeah.
you're on
Yeah.
like an island after shipwreck.
Yeah.
Dude, if
It's-
you ever need recommendations for food to eat and fall asleep to, let me know.
Please, dude. My favorite part about being here is that people keep going, oh, that place actually fucking slaps. And then I
Yeah.
go, you hungry? And then we eat there
Have you eaten high wings yet?
in my life.
From
Yeah.
Austin.
Oh, it's a restaurant.
HI wings.
No, I have
Like-
not.
Like hello wings.
High wings. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Are they good?
Which, I mean, also high wings.
Yeah.
It is fucking phenomenal. I cannot express to you how delicious these wings are, but they will make you feel like shit after you eat them because they are just grease.
I love that.
But like if you're it's like cheat meal or like you're just like fuck it, I want
Or
to just
Monday
like
night.
Yeah.
go crazy.
Every meal for me is a cheat meal because
Hey.
I'm not loyal.
I'm just saying, this is probably not good for your arteries if you eat them every night.
Sure.
Every other night, got it.
Every other night
Yeah.
would be okay.
That is still slightly better.
Eat them,
Also,
They
eat
are-
'em at lunch.
So good.
There you go.
And if
I
you
never
want to
eat
eat
'em at
them,
night.
if you guys want to order some, I'm down.
I absolutely do.
Yeah.
I especially want to look at the wings and go, where are these from? And they go, hi, wings. And I go, me too.
Someone chat. Tumble 22 is also very good.
Tumble 22 is fantastic.
If you like spicy chicken.
Oh, I love spicy chicken.
Tumble 22 is the way
Tumble
to
22.
go.
Very good.
I
Will
love...
make you poopy.
Oh yeah.
What?
Oh yeah.
Will make you poopy.
You'll make.
Oh, everything makes me poo poo. I have I have the weakest stomach.
Have
I'm
you got a
lactose
bidet yet?
intolerant. I don't have a bidet.
Give a day.
I'll get you a
Um,
bidet.
Yeah, you can. I won't use it
Why?
because I like wiping my ass with paper.
I mean,
You can
could
still do that.
You can still do that. This
They're
is
not
just a
mutually
Nope.
exclusive.
cursory
nope,
clean.
you're wrong.
You just
Think about it.
Quick power wash.
How do you how do you
Yeah.
wash your hands? Because I sure as heck
In the
shit
bidet.
don't use water and soap to wash my hands. I use dry paper and I go, and then I'm
You're
clean.
proving the point of the bidet right now.
I don't know what
I
you
think that's on purpose.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think this is
Okay. All right.
I feel like when I say I
Okay.
don't want something, people get me an even nicer one to prove me wrong.
You're gonna
method.
love it. I have washed my hands in the urinal before.
Why? Just go without.
the
No,
Mr. Bean
no, it was
theory
an accident, Carrie.
Oh my god.
You're making that's worse.
I
The worst part is after the Mr. Bean comment, I saw the whole scene.
Me too.
Where Mr. Bean
of him
is
going up to the
forced
sink, trying it,
Yeah.
not working, looking around,
No,
panicking.
I saw Mr. Bean going, and then as soon as he steps away, the sink goes.
Yep. And then he goes to the urinal, looks around, checks outside, nobody's there, tries the urinal to wash his hands. The second he starts
Yeah.
doing it, someone walks in and goes,
And he does one of these.
no, I wish it was that funny. I was in
fuck, dude.
I was in 5th grade. I'd moved to Mississippi.
Oh, you're trying to make friends.
And
Got it.
no, so I go to the bathroom the first day of school, new school. Like,
One or
I didn't
two.
know anyone.
One or two.
Well, this day I
Three?
Ooh.
I go to the bathroom on the first day. I'm like, hey, can I go to the bathroom? I go in. There's like no one there, and I go in and I'm like, I go to the bathroom and I pee and I walk out and I see that their sink is this like long sink with flowing water. And I'm like, this is a weird sink. I've never seen a sink like this
God.
before.
Yeah.
So I go and I'm like putting my hands in the water, washing my hands. And I remember like a kid walking in to the bathroom and I'm washing my hands and he gives me a look like, you are like, and I was like, I know I'm the new kid.
Was there ice in the tray?
I know I'm
Yeah.
the new kid.
I'm the new kid. He doesn't know. He thinks I'm weird because
what
I'm
a
the new
silly
kid.
guy.
And then I go to the bathroom after lunch when there are a bunch of people. I'm like, wait, why is everyone peeing in the sink? And then I was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
That's not the sink. That's the urinal.
To be fair, it's not your fault that your fucking elementary school bathroom had a toilet like Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
That's not your
Barbara,
fault.
do you know about this in guys' bathrooms?
I think
It's
so.
like a trough.
Like a
Yeah.
trough? Yeah.
It's a long
I
trough,
just
and
wouldn't
everyone
think that they would
pees.
be in a
no,
It's
that's
like everyone pees in it, and everyone sees each other's penises
Yeah.
yeah.
because it's just like
because there's no barriers.
there's no barrier.
There's
It's
no
just like a
barriers.
big.
It's
Yeah, we're
it's
curious.
a trough. It is like a real trough where you
Yeah.
just fit in where you fit in.
Huh.
Yeah, you
That's
go
like
in-
the worst thing for elementary school.
Yeah,
That-
it's-
They have them.
that's like easy mode. Fucking was it slushy?
bullying.
Yeah, bullying, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
The reason, the thought process
Nah, not
behind
if you
them.
not if you like step up and be like, I wash my hands in this fuck.
Yeah. It's like the roundabout for PP, where
You have
it's
to know how to use it.
the theory is that it's for areas where like you're gonna have high traffic, but you want high turnover. So the theory is that you're not supposed to conveyor belt it where you kind of like walk through. Don't do that.
Right.
But
That'd be fun.
in theory, it's like find a spot, pee, go, and then people
Yeah.
can just
I just
do it.
figured they
Pop
could
in
fit
and out.
more in.
yeah,
Because you're more
it
like-
seems to make
like-
sense.
Like if I was at a normal urinal and I was physically touching another human,
Yeah.
that day's over.
And that's how it was back
Right.
then. You had to just squeeze in and go.
But that's what I'm saying. At a trough,
Like hip to
I'm
hip.
assuming that I'm going to be shoulder to shoulder with other men.
and then you got people.
Oh, my dick's wet.
What
you got
the
people who would
When did I
stand,
say
who would
that?
stand and see if they could go across the entire length of the trough.
Yeah.
And then you get people peeing on other people while they're peeing. It's like chaos.
You know, it's like you guys have stuff like this in the men's bathroom.
Yeah.
I still guarantee you, and any women presenting individual could agree with me, the women's bathroom 20 times as
They're
worse.
fucking gross.
Women.
We all have a couch usually.
We are fucking nasty.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
don't flush. Things get everywhere. There's also periods that happen.
Yeah,
but
see, I think
Women
the
are
difference
fucking
is
gross.
they're different kind of gross. Where like I've been in a women's restroom before, and I
Brag about it.
Thank you. And I thought that it would be cleaner. There is this legend that boys have that
Yeah.
like the women have a couch in there. and
I've seen couches.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes, but
I think it also depends on the place.
yes,
Like a women's bathroom at like a sports stadium, awful.
gross.
Or like a
Sure.
school, awful. But like
Yeah,
a hotel,
I think
anything like that, they're pretty well
the 20 times grosser factor that you guys have is that like this might I'm hoping this is funny. I think it's shame. I think it's because there's so much stuff that people are in the bathroom ashamed of that that is going on. And in the boys' restroom, it's less shame. It's just a boys' restroom turns into Lord of the Flies in an instant.
Yeah.
Where we're fucking disgusting and gross and we'll hound on each other.
It's
and
kind of
it's
a
like,
pun too.
It's kind of a what?
Pun.
Pun?
Lord of the Flies.
Oh, fuck off.
So you got your fly.
I think that a women's restroom is just gross because there's just more stuff going on, or people are like, I don't know if I'm supposed to flush this down the toilet or put it in the little box. I was in there for 1 second, and it was
Yeah.
the most confusing thing because there's a trash can, there's a box where you're supposed to dispense certain trash. Then there's like, but you're supposed
Like
to
trinkets?
put yes, your toys.
Yeah.
Yeah, the toys that were inside your vagina.
Yeah. But then there's also
No more
like,
than 8 hours.
That's wild.
The corks.
there's also extra stuff. There's toilet paper, there's seats, then there's other stuff sometimes in there too in case
Yeah.
you need it. It's just
and no one uses any of it properly.
no, it's overwhelming.
Yeah. Not even
So
us.
many options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too many, really.
I think we're just nasty peeps.
I think
humans in
everyone's
general, yeah.
Humans are
across the
gross.
board,
Yeah.
are just nasty.
I think
We're
maybe it's
supposed-
the expectation that the women's restroom would be clean and pristine, but it's not. It's quite the opposite.
It's okay.
I think it's
We can be a little dirty sometimes.
I think it's fun that we've tried to like domesticate ourselves in that way of like we should be shitting in a hole in the ground.
Yeah.
Like that's
If that.
Have
That's
you
primal.
shit outside before?
yeah, shit outside all the time.
Okay.
I like to take if I had my way, I
Yeah.
would always piss outside.
No.
Oh, piss outside,
shit.
yeah.
No, I've done both.
Yeah.
Shitting outside is not my favorite. but
It's
I've
hard
done
to
it
get
a
the
lot.
right
fun.
angle.
Yeah.
No, it's,
Right?
it's
Without
not fun.
pooping on your ankles.
Yeah, or you end up like falling over into your poop.
No,
What?
I gotta
Hey,
full-
man, anything can happen.
Falling over into your
if
poop,
you're
like
squatting,
backwards?
if you're
Yeah, you-
squatting,
yeah.
and
I thought you
pooping.
meant front.
No, I'm thinking if you're
How
taking
are
a
you
poop in the
shitting?
woods
That's what I was.
Yeah.
I
and you're
misunderstood.
squatting, you're having to
Yeah.
balance. There's a lot going on.
It's really hard to shit in the woods when you're tired.
I think you guys aren't. So when I say I've shit outside a lot, I fully commit to the point where pants off. I'm not doing this thing where they're like around my ankles so I can pull them right
Oh,
back
you
up.
fully take them off
Yeah,
your feet?
because I'm not getting shit on my pants.
That's what I do at home
Right.
too.
Yeah, well, of course.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
I like getting.
I do.
I like getting progressively naked. I like
Oh,
going.
sure, yeah.
Oh, this is a shirt off one.
Yeah, that's a certain type of shit.
It starts with, oh, this is right ankle out of the shorts, move the shorts to the side, and then it's throwing them off, and
And
then it's
eventually you're
shirt
just like,
off.
I gotta take my fucking
And it's
socks
this
off.
kind of it's this kind of shit too, where you're like
Yeah.
doing the leg
Yeah.
wobble too. Yeah.
But I'll take
Everything
my pants.
You take your hat off, my lady.
No, I turn it around.
Fucking Ash Ketchum over here.
Yeah.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yeah, ass blast them, and I take my pants fully off, and I get into like a squat so that I'm not getting anything on
Find a
myself.
tree trunk to hold as you shit.
That's a smart move, but
That's
I'm
like a
afraid
little
of
hack.
bugs.
Find a little skinny one.
Okay.
Not that that makes a difference, but less bugs.
I also feel like while we're talking about pooping in the woods,
Sure.
it's like you want to make sure you don't. I don't know. You like pull your butt apart,
Excuse me?
so
You want to make sure that you don't get anything left behind
yeah.
in there,
Why is that any different from when you
Wait.
normally shit?
So you want to
because when you sit, the toilet is like sort of spreading yourself a little
versus
bit.
when like if you're just like standing in the woods.
But if you're squatting, it'll do it.
Well, some of us can't squat very good.
It also, yeah, it's like
Hey, I'm gonna read this. I thought about before this if I was gonna bring this up, but it's now so relevant that I have to. Because I, before the podcast, I went and made.
you
Boom
made
boom. You did boom boom.
a doo doo.
I did. Do y'all stand or sit to wipe?
Sit. But I used to stand.
I stand.
You stand?
Yeah,
I do both.
I like half stand.
I used to
What?
stand.
Yeah.
And also, I want to point out,
Uh-huh.
this is a huge point of debate that people go through because, like, the sitters don't understand people who stand, and the standers don't understand the people who sit. Because the standers are like, when you get your hand in the toilet, like, how do you get down there
These are the
when you're
questions I
sitting?
have, yes.
But the sitters are like, why? How are you standing? We're not actually standing when we wipe. It's this.
Well, let's
Yeah.
explain. So it's a half squat.
It's like a half
for
squat.
audio listeners.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not. You're not standing at full attention up straight where your butthole closes back up.
And I think you and I, as wipe daywalkers, having experienced both sides,
Yeah.
I think we have the unique perspective of like it's different shits.
It's also like
Sure.
you could do both. Start off with sitting.
Yeah.
Get
But
everything out,
what
and
point do you decide to stand, and why?
when you want to make sure you've gotten everything.
But why can't you do that while sitting?
Because if you're
It's
leaning,
so
you could only
limited.
get so
Yeah, you
much.
it is a limited thing.
Maybe I have long arms.
Yeah.
I don't know. If
Hey,
that-
Chris, just try it.
just try it.
Just try it.
Again, you're not fully standing. You're just kind of like up a little.
Okay. Hey, wait. Okay. Let me ask you this: you need to change your oil in your car, right?
Yeah.
Would you rather just dive under it, or would you rather get up on a lift and get access to it? You know?
Like imagine not having the toilet seat in the way.
Even better thing, it's like
Yeah.
you gotta do something under the hood of your car. Do you want to like prop it up, or do you want to just like have somebody kind of hold it with one arm?
Yeah.
It's like
and maybe only halfway up.
if I gotta screw something on really quick, boom, done. If
Right.
I
You
gotta
know what?
like do some work,
I just remembered something about my childhood.
yeah.
Oh God.
Is it when you drank from a urinal?
God.
No, but I do remember
When you
how
shat
I
in the
learned
sink?
how to poop as a kid, like as like a 3-year-old or whatever. Whenever I was like potty training.
Can I ask real quick? Are you one of those kids that like you remember your birth? Like you have
No,
memories
no.
from like
No, no.
you
Yeah, I was like, how do you
But I
remember
remember
when you learned how to shit?
I learned when I potty trained. I did it like this,
Chris is
squatting.
completely squatting,
You're
Like-
basically you're doing the Asian squat.
which
yeah.
is like apparently good for
That
one.
yeah.
good.
This was
That's-
my
that's
natural. Like I
Good for your
learned
boom boom.
how to boom boom while squatting, and then I had to teach myself to sit.
Don't worry, Cameron. He won't be like this.
As
for
like
long.
a 3 or 4-year-old or something. I forgot about this until just now.
Well, it makes a lot more sense when you remember that you were raised by gargoyles, hang out at the top of buildings.
I mean, you can get a squatty potty. You could kind of do.
Do you
it.
have a squatty potty?
Yeah.
All
yeah.
potties
stopped
are
using
squatty
it.
potty
But I'm just saying, I just forgot about that
Yeah.
memory. I just like that memory just came to mind.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That must have been so hard for your parents to be like they're proud of you, but also like he's doing it
He's
wrong.
also sitting like a gargoyle.
He's
Like,
doing
Yeah.
it right. He's vindicated with time.
right.
But in
Right.
the moment, yeah, they're like, well, he's not shitting on the fucking floor anymore, so that's better.
Yeah.
Oh man, my brother.
Oh,
No. He has a kid.
Oh, lordy, my
He has
brother.
he has a kid, a very cute kid,
Uh-huh.
and they
Who
were
just
like
learned how to
potty
shit.
training recently.
Okay.
and
16, by the
he
way.
texted he texted me and my
Late
sister
bloomer.
recently that they were going through potty training, and at some point he had he was like going without pants. Like that's like
Sure.
one method of potty training is you go like a weekend without pants, so that when they poop they have to Anyway, he
No.
pooped-
Finish your sentence. So when they poop,
so
they have
I don't
to
know. There's some like method of like where you try and get them to go to the bathroom, and they're like,
catch it.
you don't. Basically, you take away the diapers, right?
yeah.
Okay.
You take no diapers so that they're like more aware of. They break. They're like, oh, I'm not wearing a diaper.
Just
you know?
really
Yeah.
decide.
And
we're
so
gonna get new carpet.
anyway,
Yeah.
he pooped on the floor
Naturally.
at some point during the potty training process.
Yeah.
Then he got his toy vacuum and tried to vacuum it up, which really meant he got his toy vacuum and rubbed it
Covered
all
shit,
all
yeah.
over the floor.
Could you please tell me this was hardwood floor and not carpet?
He didn't specify because
Oh, God.
it depends on the room. I think it got everywhere because I think there's some rooms that carpet. They're like, and I think what happened is like they came upon this
Crime scene.
Literally.
that was like supposed to be, and like to be fair, kid was trying to clean up.
Sure.
He knew he'd made a
The
mess.
intention was
He
there.
knew he made a mess.
Yeah.
So then he tried to clean up with his toy vacuum, like he'd seen happen.
Yeah.
He knew the vacuum was for cleaning. He knew
Yeah.
he'd made a mess.
Man,
and he
dude,
tried to clean it up.
I love free birth control. Incredible.
I think what's really I promise this is gonna get a little blue, and I know where we've been before, but I promise it's I'm gonna get right out of it.
All right.
I think it's really funny that we teach everybody to we teach children to poop. We teach them how you're supposed to poop. We have to indoctrinate you into this cult of pooping
Into this
a toilet.
porcelain cult.
Yeah, where we go, this is the normal way to do it. Because as a small thing, you're like, well, you put the fucking thing on me, and I
Yeah.
can shit where I need to.
right. You're
This has
teaching
been working
me how
great
to
for me for the last
And then
3
you
years.
go,
or
no, you
whatever.
got to put it in the monster.
You gotta go somewhere.
That'll fucking, it goes, and then your poop disappears.
Yeah.
I
And you have to wipe your own ass.
yeah.
And
My own ass.
The concept of that, of teaching a human, a little tiny, because they're stupid too. Let's not mince words. Kids are dumb as shit.
Yeah.
Dude, you look at any animal that gives birth to a baby, it's walking.
It's walking already.
And ours
This baby comes out, can't even play Mario Kart.
can't
yet.
even roll over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't even do anything.
I might not
Doesn't
be able
even know
to
how
for
shit.
27 years.
They
either.
have to. They got tummy time. They got to do.
My
they gotta,
stupid
you gotta
ass,
put them on their tummy.
My stupid ass came out. I was yellow. I was a Simpsons character.
Jaundice.
I had
Aw.
jaundice.
Wow.
I couldn't even do being a human. Right? I came out a goddamn cartoon
And then
character.
I shit on the floor.
And then I shit everywhere. And I think I have always thought that that's so interesting, especially because it's no secret that I'm a man who's shit my pants a lot as an adult, and I don't think
Respect.
it's
Hey man, don't worry about it.
hell yeah. There's
You're in
a lot
good
of us.
company
Yeah.
here.
I think it's not cool. I can't.
It
How am I
happens
gonna
sometimes.
How am I gonna be a dad? Because eventually my daughter's gonna come to me and be like, "How come we can't poop in our pants anymore?" And I go, "I don't know.
Dude,
It's
I'm-
so much.
I'm
I
upset
don't
too.
know."
do you, if this is too personal, you don't have to answer it, but do you guys want kids?
Or
Or is it TBD?
I go back and forth.
Back and forth?
Yeah.
Kind of depends on my moment.
I
Part
like
of me.
the way that you slurred that. It kind of depends on the moment.
Well, I'm just saying, there are times where I'm like, that'd be cool, but also times I'm like, I don't want to deal with that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I know that adoption exists, and for the sake of what I'm about to say, it's just a bit mostly. But I really only want to get them when they're cool. But I want to.
But you still want it to be yours?
I don't care necessarily.
I
that
like
it's
I like
mine.
the making of them.
Yeah, that part.
That
everyone
part's
likes.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long until there's a service where you give birth to a kid and you hand them off, and then when they're 8, they hand
come
them back
back.
to you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be
and
cool.
and what happened is they 3D print your face.
Yeah.
And so the kid has only his thought that
Yeah.
you have been their parent this whole time. But now you get them. But yeah, that rocks.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
sounds totally cool.
okay.
I gaslight
Yeah,
my
yeah.
child. Also, you know what?
Oh, what? So you lied to him about Santa? No problem. You lied to
Yeah.
him about being there for the first 8 years.
Oh,
Oh,
suddenly it's
big
a
deal.
huge fucking
Oh.
problem.
What are they more upset about?
What? Because I didn't put $1 under your pillow? You fucking.
Where do you think
greedy
that dollar
fuck?
came from?
Yeah, came from your fake parents.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
they,
you're on the
that's
fence?
what-
I think I am on the fence, but it has more to do with okay. Making a child as a dude rocks. It's literally the thing that every time you do it, your brain goes, yeah, yeah, and you fucking high five yourself mentally, and it
Or
fucking
sometimes
is.
physically.
Yeah, it is the best, and then you come back in 9 months, and then you raise it a little bit, and it's more of providing for the mom who will raise the kid. Making of a child for a woman, I've found out, is the worst thing in the world.
It's rough.
It's I've have friends that have been pregnant and just gave birth, and it's just everything leading up to it, all of feeling horrible, and then the actual birth of it, where there's so many things that, at least in my knowledge, were not publicly shared. You're gonna shit yourself. You're gonna fucking poop yourself in front of
What?
a room full of
Yeah.
people.
You're
Seizure
almost definitely
depression.
going to shit. Someone's going to rip.
Yeah, and again, in a room full of people, the
Yeah.
doctors, and they're used to it. They don't care, but I don't care. It's
still
the same
weird.
reason why like prison is my nightmare, not because of like I'm afraid of getting stabbed, because I don't think I could shit in front of other people.
It's also like once you, and it's funny, we actually had this conversation with Hannah McCarthy, who's back at Rooster Teeth now on Always Open, because she also just had her first child. And she talks about how like after you have a baby, you're just on your own, first of all.
Yeah.
You're just like, you're just on your own, and it's like this huge life change. You're going through so much like hormonal changes and life changes, but also that there are checkups for the baby at like 1 month and 3 months, and like, but there's nothing for the mother. There's no checkups on like how you're doing health wise or mental health wise or anything like that.
Yeah.
And so it's just like you just went through a very insanely traumatic experience, both like physically, mentally, emotionally, everything, and like there's nothing really for you. There's no resources in that sense.
And also like no
Like
matter,
I'm sure they exist. They just you have to find them and pay for them, of course.
no matter what you do too, like it's such a there's no way to feel like you're doing parenting 100%, and if you do feel that way, you could
You're
know for
definitely
sure
not.
you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
And so it sucks. And like I think the reason why I want to have a kid is because I think it is a little cool to pass on my shithead legacy. I think that rocks a little bit. Create a little me that goes out there, and then, you know, I'm hoping that I get famous enough that I make a nepo baby. Like,
That's the dream.
I make a baby
You
where
make a
they
nepo
like
baby.
they kill it in an HBO series, but you're like, yeah, but you know who his fucking dad is,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
It's that guy who got caught shitting in the woods. But also like the reason I don't want to do it right now is because I know about myself that like the moment things get difficult, I'm bad at like comforting people, because I have problems with empathy where if I can't put myself in that, then I feel I'm not able to like fully understand it. And I think that I'm not at a space where I could be there for another person who was like, I feel sad today and I don't know why. And I'd be like, well,
That sounds like a you problem.
that's hard. I don't know.
Did you try taking a nap? I don't know.
You try doing fucking drugs, and they're like, I can't. And I go, well, I'm
Here's some
not an option.
ibuprofen.
Yeah, try
Get
something.
used to it. What about you, Barb?
No, I can't do it.
No.
Yeah.
I think like the older I get and the more like I know myself and what I want out of life, the less I want kids.
Sure.
And I think this is just my opinion, but I feel like a lot of people will share it, and I've talked about it before. Unless you really, really want kids, I don't think you should have them.
I agree.
I think it's something that you should know that you want. Whether, I mean, obviously, if you're on the fence and then like you get to a point in your life where like, okay, I think,
Sure.
I know I want kids now. That's different than being like, oh, I don't know, maybe.
I feel like we went through
haven't-
generations where people felt like they had to have kids.
Yes, like it was just part of life. Like you do this, you get a job, you
Yeah.
get married, you have kids, and it's just like this is what I guess being an adult is, and having a family and doing
Yeah.
this, and it's your fucking life.
Yeah.
Do whatever the fuck you want with it.
We'll see. I've been practicing.
yeah.
That doesn't
that's-
even imply sex. That just means
No,
jerking it.
he's been wearing
I
like
didn't clarify how I was
the pregnant belly.
practicing or
yeah,
not.
practicing having a
Yeah.
baby.
He's trying to get the shortest time possible. He's like, boom,
He's
pregnant.
trying to
Boom.
speed run.
Yeah, yeah.
I saw a really cringeworthy but very relatable interview with Seth Rogen on the Kelly Clarkson show.
Donkey Kong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The voice of Donkey Kong, talking about how like he doesn't want kids, he's never really wanted
Oh, yeah,
kids, and
yeah.
like how he's never sitting around with his wife thinking like, oh, I really wish I had kids right now.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's plenty of
Yeah.
parents who are thinking, man, I really wish I didn't have kids right now.
The times I want kids are things where like, all right, I'm terrified of my own mortality.
Yeah,
That's
same.
something that I've talked with you about a bunch is like, I hate that. And one of the things that like being around my friends who have kids or my family members who are having children or, you know, whatever is you get to like the way that you get your youth back is experiencing all of these wonderful things that you had as a child through the eyes of your child. And it's like this,
vicariously.
yeah, it's that doing that thing, experiencing this magic with like a kid again, which is beautiful. And it's also like what you went through as their age, and you always want to be better than your parents and be more understanding and
Yeah.
Sure.
you know, whatever. That's a big motivator for me.
And you raise snowflakes.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
As I know I could be a better dad than my dad, but my dad made a fucking champion, dude.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
dude.
My
right?
dad made a
High bar.
6'5" fucking monster who
Yeah.
comes out here and he's smart and he's witty.
And he only shits himself once a year?
Yeah.
I have a theory that if I had kids, I would become a person I don't like.
Oh.
And that's because like I feel like I don't have the patience for it.
Yeah.
And I also
Put
get
up with me, Barb.
I have little patience with Chris. Where like he was talking about like getting water and he was like holding up that glass with Yang on it and he's like, why is it yellow? Like I don't understand. And you're like, oh, there's the emblem underneath it. And you're like, oh, well, like it's still weird. And I'm like, just go get the fucking water, dude. Like shut up. You're just sitting here talking. But yeah, I just feel like I would become just like not a fun person.
I think,
And like I don't know, I wouldn't like myself.
I get what you mean.
I'm aware of that.
I think the weird paradox too is I was talking with my mom about this. My mom said something really sweet, which is that she never wanted children, and then that was the end of the call. No,
Has she had kids?
Yeah. My mom said that she had never wanted children. She got pregnant really young.
Okay.
I'm her only child.
Mm-hmm.
But what she said was like, I never regret having you because you were exactly what I needed to get my life together, and it was really good for me. And like I changed my life around. My mom had it really hard. And I give all props to my mom. The reason I am who I am, like to talk about like, oh, my dad's a champion. My mom is the reason why I'm great. My dad is the reason why I'm sad. And and so like
Which makes you an artist.
Yes, exactly. I think the paradox of being a good parent is that you have to really give up a lot of yourself and dedicate yourself to being the parent, and that is your role. And that is also really heartbreaking from like a mental health standpoint of you as an individual.
Sure.
It's similar to the same thing you were talking about with the mom, where it's like, to be a good parent, you give your all to this thing, but giving your all to anything is inherently not a great, like you lose who you are.
Well, it's and Hannah actually talked about this too on Always Open, of just like once you're home with that kid, you have that kid, like life is completely different and there is no going back to the way it was before ever. And so it's just like you're a new you have a new identity almost, and like this is such a huge part of you. And Trevor and I talk about it all the time of like, if we're having a hard day or like one of us is going through like difficult mental health situations or whatever it is, and sometimes we stop and go, could you imagine if we had a kid right now? And like
who's just shit on the carpet
who,
and
like,
is now using their vacuum to try and clean it up.
like you and I can't go just like go relax on the couch and watch a show, or like you can't go play your video games while I like watch Gossip Girl or like whatever it is.
Or even simple things like travel, vacation.
Yeah,
like,
and
all
it's
the
just
fun
like-
things.
Yeah. Like you
have
take
to-
time off work and you have to like a kid.
Yeah.
So it's like,
both time-wise and budgetary. Like you're not going to be able to go on vacation because you got what is it like? It's like $1 million a year or something.
No, I think it's like on
100,000.
average
I know that's-
$100K.
Yeah, I know I went way too over.
But I mean, I think they say it could be like upwards of $100K per year when you have a kid.
Damn.
I think when it gets older, typically.
Yeah.
I'll go on a budget. I have a budget kid. I could raise a $10K a year kid.
And again, I know it sounds a lot like
Together,
I'm being
we
like,
could do
don't have a
5K.
kid,
No.
kid having a kid. But like,
you're right. That's like, if it's not something you're really, really wanting,
you can't undo it.
you can't undo it, and someone is directly going to suffer. It's tough.
It's not like, I mean, obviously there's just as much responsibility having a pet and like having to take care of this thing and being responsible for it. But like with pets, you could find someone to adopt it potentially. You could
You
find,
just give them some food, and they'll be happy.
which I know you could do with kids
Yeah,
too.
Sure.
And with pets and children alike, you can pack them with enough food to like survive a week and throw them out.
Yeah.
And then let them be feral. And
Yeah,
the
you
street
get one of
food.
those auto feeds.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's how you get Chris.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just like that's the stuff I think about.
Yeah.
Because obviously there are times where I see an adorable video of a baby and I'm
yeah.
like, I show Trevor and I'm like, that's so
Carrie
cute.
showed
look
me
at
one
this."
recently.
I was gonna actually bring
Yeah.
that up. This kid walks over, and his dad's just like, "Do you like California?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Do you like what you're seeing?" And the kid goes, "Yeah." And the dad just goes, "Are you shitting right now?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he's
love
just
that.
standing up and shitting. It's like, that's great.
Yeah.
It's great to watch, but then have to be the one to clean it up after.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
clean that up. I don't
Yeah.
just get to laugh at it.
You know,
Yeah.
you know what is a great. I used to work as a live-in babysitter. When I first graduated, I would go and live-in babysitter was sort of like my cousin, my little cousin,
Okay.
and that part of the job was like I had to tutor him. And if you think you're ready to have a child, go tutor the youngest children you can find. Because like I'm having to explain addition, and I'm realizing that I'm not maybe the person that should be doing. Because it's like in my brain, I'm like, all right, You got one? He's, You got two?
Yeah.
How many do you have? And he'd
Three.
be like, whoa, how'd you do that? What do you mean?
Dude,
Well,
maybe you should be in this.
I have
get
2
one.
ones.
I get 2 ones.
11?
And I go, yeah, what did you just say? And 2. Whoa! They're like, they're blown away by it and they don't understand it. And that confuses me. And it's like,
that's every day for everything.
Yes.
Learning
They're
all
so
the
fucking
things.
cocky,
for
too.
everything. Because they don't come with anything. That's the worst part is you can't back them up like Chris's dumb fucking phone.
Yeah.
They don't come with like 250 gigabytes of text messages. They go, they point at oatmeal and go, what's that? And you go, it's like fucking liquid bread. I don't know,
Why?
dude.
Yeah.
Man.
Why?
Google it.
Yeah. What do you give a shit?
Yeah.
Why?
Again, I'd be so impatient.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. I keep going back and forth a lot. I don't know. I know I'm not ready right this moment, so I'm
Right.
not going to.
And that's
you know?
totally fair. And even I'd say, like, I mean, the way I think now, I don't want kids. Maybe in 5 years from now, I could be completely different and
Yeah.
think something different. Like, don't close yourself off from changing your mind if that's where you get to. But also, like, there's nothing wrong with not wanting kids.
There's nothing wrong with it at all. And the
you
three of
shouldn't
us, we
have
can
to have a
kids
reason.
whenever.
Yeah.
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 Maybe you already have some.
I might.
I don't think I do.
Just go Genghis Khan on it
That's-
and just have a bunch of
I,
kids.
though I did look up
Okay.
recently, like sperm donation.
Do you want to donate sperm?
No, I
He wants
thought
to
it-
make money,
No,
is what
no,
he
no.
wants to do.
No.
He
I
wants
just
to get
looked
paid
it
to
up.
jerk off.
I was just like curious. I think the
Practice.
I think the cutoff is 35, so I think I'm past it. I
Are you
can't-
36 now?
Yeah.
I thought you
I
were
still got a
going
couple
to.
years.
First of all, Ryan Haley beat you to this bit.
Nah, he beat.
He beat himself off and then beat you to
Yeah.
the bit.
You know they went to school together, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So wait, what do you do?
He donates to a sperm bank in Los Angeles. He gets paid for it.
Does he know if his
See,
sperm
I
has
remember
been
looking
used?
at it in college and being like, I don't want kids running around that I don't know about, and now I'm like, well, I get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, he doesn't do it.
You get to jerk off for money.
Yeah, that's-
and
That's
He
some
does
Hannah
it for
Montana
that.
shit.
My favorite is it's not on this phone, and now I'm starting to see your point about the text messages. But like he once texted me that like because we'd been talking about it, and then he was like, "Yeah, I'm actually going there later today," and I was like,
Didn't you
sick.
know that?
And then he texted me like, "The internet's out. What am I supposed to do?" And I was like,
Not text
fucking yeah. I don't know. Maybe use your phone to Google
Did you text?
something.
Did you text them like some material?
I think I sent him a picture of season 2 of Mind of Mencia, which is my default. Sometimes I just send that. It's my new butt.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's the secondary thing that I was thinking of is when you said the cutoff is 35. It's for some dumb reason my brain went, oh, milliliters. He's afraid. He's afraid too much, too little.
Yeah.
That just overflow.
Yeah. You can make so many kids with your
But
donations.
can he
sir.
still be doing it?
Him?
Yeah, 'cause
He's-
we're the same age.
He stopped doing it only because
He retired.
because he moved and it's out of
Pack it
his
up,
way
boys.
to go to the sperm bank now.
Oh, I get that. Yeah, if it was like on the way home, you stop by like.
Yeah.
No, I get that. Like
a little-
totally, if it's convenient, you
Have
stop
a
by.
little nut.
Yeah.
No, really though.
That's
But
got to be. This is probably something that not only has this podcast talked about, but I may have talked about. But I don't care. That's got to be up there for like price per ounce,
Of
like
cost of
milliliter. Yeah,
stuff?
yeah, like price.
Pretty high.
Yeah, right.
Can you do privatized
Yes.
sperm donations?
Yes, but it's more on a case by case basis where like you can. There are precedents for. It's like similar to surrogacy, where it's like you're negotiating the terms with the donor.
Well, I'm just gonna put that out there if anyone wants to.
Do,
wants to reach.
Chris is working this great RTX experience.
not
Called
to
"Come Make a Baby."
not to speak for them, but Meryl told the story on the Always Open she was on.
Mm-hmm.
But her and her wife Hannah are looking to have a child soon. And the plan,
I know a guy.
well, the plan there, I think they already have their sperm donor.
You know what? That's probably for
Well,
the
I'll
best.
undercut the price.
Give a good deal. But anyways,
The lowest bid.
their plan is for her wife Hannah to carry, and
Okay.
for it to be Mariel's egg with the sperm donor's sperm that
Okay.
Hannah would carry. The fucked up thing is that when the baby is born, Mariel has to adopt the baby because she did not birth it.
Oh, interesting.
Even though
it's
it's her egg, it's just because Hannah, birthed the baby.
That's weird.
It's very weird. It basically is like screws over a lot of same-sex couples.
Yeah.
for the
That's
situation. that they're in.
crazy.
Yeah.
So even though it's her egg, the same way a guy's sperm.
Yeah. She would have to
Yeah, I'm
adopt the baby.
This is kind of ribbing you a little bit, but this is my favorite thing about certain types of white people, where they'll find out about an injustice and go, "No way!"
Wait a minute.
Like, this happened like when I was in I told the story of being in Boston, and this
Yeah.
guy was racist to me, and I told my partner, and she was like, "Oh my god, what are you gonna like call the police?" And I was like, he was like kind of racist in Boston. I'm not gonna get beat up by the police too. No, you just let it go. But
I mean, I'm
that
not
was-
surprised by that. To be
no,
fair.
no.
But
It's-
I'm like,
but it's also awful.
it's also
awful,
like
yeah.
crazy because it's like,
This doesn't sound really dumb. Can you not legally have 3 parents?
I don't
That's interesting. I don't
Like,
know.
couldn't they just all be a parent?
know.
And then you have to like divorce.
apparently not.
I don't know.
That's so weird.
Nice.
That was good.
Yeah, she explains it better than I can,
Okay.
but it's basically just a really dumb, fucked up system.
I just want to say that, like, and I know Chris already did this bit, but I feel like I think I'm a better candidate. I think.
Wait,
I think. What do you?
Wait. Can me and Armando, can we put
You
in our?
can't combine sperm
Can we put our?
No, it's a cocktail.
It's a cocktail.
Oh, God.
like
Yeah.
yeah, you just.
It'd be like a race.
he just stir. Chris is motioning to stir it
Yeah.
up
Well,
like a
you
mixed
didn't-
drink.
hey.
They didn't show the full one, which is Chris went.
Fucking fuck.
Look, when the camera's cut and it's 7 p.m. and we're all off work, y'all can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hit up a sperm bank.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Well, it's also.
you got an ATM right here.
It's going to be very clear
Very good
if I
sperm.
win or lose.
What do you think? Who do you think would have, like, out of all the couples that you guys know, who do you think would have the best baby?
Ooh.
Me and anyone.
Or if they're, or not, maybe not a couple, but like combination of 2 people that you know.
See, I initially wanted to go complimentary and say you and Trev, but 2 beautiful people make an ugly baby.
Armando.
Jesus.
Me and you would make a fucking great kid.
I think we would ruin a child. I think we would. First of all, for sure we would lose it. 100%.
Yeah, but that
we
would make him
lose it.
You
stronger.
mean like
That'd make him
physically?
stronger.
Yes.
Like
Yeah,
No, not
Y'all-
like, not sad.
like stronger.
like in Macy's and they go inside the center rack of clothes and then you leave.
I'm talking animated sitcom,
Okay,
not Fox
okay.
drama series. We don't. Oh my God, we've lost the child.
It's like that episode of Friends when Joey and Chandler have to watch a baby for a bit. She got off the plane.
I think first of all, D1 athlete out the gate. All right,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what you get with me. Second of all, most of the sad stuff is my fault. It's the stuff that I think about. Baby probably doesn't have. Just don't teach
You know
it to
if
be
it's
smart.
if it's baked into your genes though.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
No.
If you and Griff had a baby, that'd be the coolest fucking baby ever.
Oh, it'd be adorable too.
Yeah, it'd be adorable and cool. And Chris.
and me, I want to
well,
be a third parent.
You can.
You want to be in that cocktail?
Yeah, put me in, coach.
Oh my God.
Put me in. I've been on the sidelines too long.
I'm not. I'm just. The 2 halves of my
It's gonna
family.
be book smart.
Yeah.
The
It'll
2
be
halves of
smart.
my family are Mexican and Germanic, and I feel like they're bullets compared to whatever you are. I'm just like those groups of people really like repopulating a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was trying. You were like, is the sadness baked into your genes? And I don't think it is, because like I'm sad as hell, but my uncles are like really happy.
Really?
The
At
trick
least,
se-
I mean, you seem like a happy guy. Maybe they
Yeah.
just seem like happy people, but deep down they're sad.
Damn, trying to really be the happiest.
Way to
be the
call him out,
saddest.
Barb.
I'm just saying, sometimes the happiest people are the saddest inside.
Yeah, sometimes you go, hey, they drive away, and then they turn the corner and they park and they.
Dun 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 dun. That song plays from
Mad Libs?
Graduate.
Oh.
Okay.
Jaws.
Richard Dreyfuss.
You're talking about
got gumption,
the sound
kid.
of
Full
silence.
circle.
Sound of Silence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Full
Hello,
circle.
darkness, smile.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all sad.
You know, dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hello, darkness, smile.
I want to, before the podcast ends, we have a couple minutes left. I have a bone to pick with Chris.
Ah,
Yo.
bones.
I have a bone to pick with Chris.
What
so
bone?
Welcome to Chris Court.
we have, we share an office, Chris and I. A couple of us are in that. Armando, you're going to be in that office
I
with us
just
soon.
joined. I threatened to piss on a desk if they didn't give it to me.
Yeah,
Which
and
desk?
you're getting it.
G.
John's
I don't
old
know
desk.
that.
And so shared office space.
Sure.
We also have these little like phone booths out
I
here.
was supposed to empty one of them.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
We have all these little phone booths out
You
here
don't get
where
off that
people
easy.
take meetings. So you
Yeah,
can book a phone
yeah, yeah.
booth and like take your laptop or your phone in there or whatever and
It's
have your
pretty
meeting.
sound dampening. Got a
It's-
plug in there. It's okay. It's
It's
fine.
pretty comfortable. I actually quite like taking meetings in there.
Yeah.
Chris took a meeting from his desk in that office. And I don't know if you had like your volume way turned up or you're wearing like super noise canceling headphones, but this was Chris on the meeting. Yeah, I think that's a really good idea. Except I was gonna maybe add this section to this paragraph about this. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm just like I kept looking over and being like, why is he yelling?
Was
I
that
texted
this morning?
This morning.
Was I yelling in the meeting?
Were you in there?
No, it's not so much this meeting as much as it is all meetings.
I
that
yell
you're
in
in.
meetings?
Yeah.
Do I really?
Yeah,
I
but
did-
you
I
just sound like you're like a guy who's really excited.
Yeah.
I yell?
You were yelling. You were like full blast.
But do I yell?
It doesn't come through as yelling because I think your mic is turned down a little bit. But you seem very energetic when you're talking.
Well, there's no problem with that.
Well, other people in the room with you can't turn you
They-
down,
yeah.
though. Is the problem.
Yeah. Okay,
they
so
have the issue.
all right. Well,
That's really.
You should go.
so to be
you should
fair,
go to the soundproof room.
I think you walked in right before the meeting started, and before that, no one was in the room,
Okay.
right? Because I feel like I walked in, I was like, oh, no one's here. I'm just gonna take this meeting here on my laptop, and then you walked in, and like the meeting started.
Fair
I don't
enough.
have time.
I mean, here's the thing. I don't really care if people take meetings in that room.
maybe-
I would prefer they don't because it's a shared office space and, you know, I want to be able to talk and like whatever.
No, I get it too because
Yeah. But like, I don't mind typically, especially if I'm the only other person in there. But it was just like you were yelling at the top of your lungs. I was like trying to do something. You'd be like, no, I think that's really a good idea. Christ.
You're
the
like,
best is like I can't go into a bunch of detail, but it was what we were working on was like all story based stuff. So it's all stuff like, yeah, what if they've been dead the whole time? So you're just getting snippets of story.
Oh yeah, that was. I
That
obviously won't
rocks.
repeat anything.
it sounds
man.
like you're like the stereotypical person who wears like a Bluetooth headset in
On
like
both ears.
2023 and like walking around in public.
yeah,
Yeah.
No,
Did you have a Bluetooth headset on?
I didn't. No, I just had headphones.
No, he just
Were they
got his
Bluetooth
Bluetooth headset. I now I want to ask you, after hearing this critique, are you going to make any effort?
Yeah,
to
I will.
change
I will.
it?
I
Okay.
will.
See, you'd be a great parent.
Oh, okay. Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
So
no.
what did you learn?
Let's really test it. Say no. Ask him again. Say no.
No,
Are you gonna make a change for your life?
no.
Okay. Well, now Chris shit himself. So what are you gonna do about that?
Yeah, what are you gonna do about it?
Go get your toy vacuum. I felt like very like not even Sopranos, Goodfellas said, "Hey, why don't you go get your toy vacuum?"
Yeah, let's take care of that shit for you right now.
That's really funny. I want to warn you. So the three of us are going to share an office.
And you should come visit Kerry.
I'll be around. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm around more.
We'll have chairs in there.
Now that I'm here, I'm going to try to come into the office more. I'm trying not to as much as possible because I am. Drew Saplin said this, and it has resonated with me forever.
What?
Uh-huh.
He was talking about himself, but he goes, I am a chronic, what's for lunch guy? And I realized that's who I show up and immediately I'm like, what are we getting out of this place?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a bad thing, though.
Yeah, it's not.
I like having lunch with my friends.
Yeah, like lunch is like a nice thing to have.
Yeah. Like,
No,
Because at home,
it's a nice
lunch is sad.
Right.
Yeah.
You're just in your
lunch
kitchen.
lunch is I eat for 20 minutes and I go take a nap for an hour.
Yeah.
And then I wake up and I'm thirsty and I'm sweating.
Yeah,
All the things we talked
You
about.
thought you were on an island.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when you're at the office, it's like, yeah, let's go get wings.
It's an experience.
And then
it's a nice little excuse to go like hang
let's
out.
all go to
with
Long John Silver's and then come back and pass out for 2 hours because we all
See,
tasted blood.
That's
happened to me once.
the thing for me
Like,
is that
don't worry
like
about
you
it.
Eat it going down
Fish.
Fish with
anything.
blood?
I would not recommend lunch.
All I
on
know is
Silver's.
I was eating fish, and at some point I went, "That tastes like blood." And we all came back, and I'm not joking. We all took a 2-hour nap.
Oh, you
Yeah,
became
it
a
was
vampire.
Probably food poisoning.
And you had to sleep
Yeah.
during the day.
Or maybe there was like a bone in one of the pieces of fish and it like cut you on the
yourself?
inside of the
Yeah.
mouth.
You think the fish there's fresh enough that there'd be bones in it?
fair enough.
True. It's just fish parts.
It's paste.
Yeah.
I think that it's like
Reconstituted.
lunch is good, and I do agree, and I think that's a nice thing. But like somehow, I work best at home. The place where all of my games and drugs is the place that I am the most attentive and focused. And like, I'm not saying I'm doing any of those things. I'm just like, I'm there, I'm locked in, I'm doing work, I'm working, and you put me with a person and I'm doing nothing.
yeah, well, you're a social guy.
Yeah. Like it is hard not to like hang out sometimes.
Yeah.
My thing is I'm the most efficient when I'm at work with no one around me.
Yeah.
That because I'm
Yeah,
not
there's
also
no other distractions.
Very mostly impossible.
well. That's why I do the best work before like 10 o'clock and after 5.
Yeah, when most people are either not here yet or
yeah,
gone.
when there's
Or have
less
already left.
people and I'm by my.
That's why those phone booths are nice. Like if you could book, I sometimes just book one for an hour or two if it hasn't been booked by anyone to just like do some work in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's a lot different for me because I go, it's going to be here in the meeting.
There's a bigger one in there.
Also, Chris, just so you know,
There's a couple different sizes.
there's no semen donation places here.
Oh, what?
Don't get anything twisted.
I've been trying.
I need to call
I've been donating.
facilities.
All right. Well, Armando's
I've
going
been
to call
filling up the little
facilities. We're going to wrap up this podcast, but we still got the post show after. So if you're not a first member, sign up for first membership so you can
full
watch our
cup
post
right
show.
here.
Oh, yeah, Papa?
And we'll see what happens. But thank you guys for watching. And don't forget to buy your RTX tickets at rtxawesome.com. We hope to see you this summer. It's going to be
Yeah.
a blast. We'll
Bye.
see
I
you
love
next time.
you.
Bye.
It's Miller time.
Zelda's on Friday.
It's come time.